I'm Kevin.
And I'm Stacy.
And we are in our Class C motorhome today,
which is known as the cottage. And one of the things that drives me crazy about the cottage is that we're sitting in our really comfortable couch that we put in, and there's nowhere to put your water or your drink or anything. There's no cup holders, and there's no table or anywhere to work from other than the dining room table. And we do a lot of videos and different kinds of things like work-wise, and sometimes we also have extra people in the Class C when the kids are with us and their spouses or their fiance is with us. So we need some extra places, some extra table space.
So what we're going to do today, we've ordered some table leg type things that are pivots that will mount onto things, and we're going to see just how those might work and how we can set them up, and then determine the size of the table that we could possibly put on them. So today, as we're going through this, we're kind of trying to finagle and figure out exactly what we want, how we want it to sit, and if what we ordered is actually going to work.
I am super excited because we are going to be collaborating with somebody else who does some woodworking. We're collaborating with
Bourgeois Woodworking.
We are going to have some custom tops, and he does some beautiful work. Absolutely gorgeous. So our first step is going to be to get some measurements on exactly how big we want the laptop tables to be. So let's do it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is open up the box. I ordered a swing arm type table bracket from Amazon. Okay, so it comes with some instructions that says all the pieces that should be in here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put it together to get an idea, like so I can set it in place. So for us to be able to do this, what I'm going to have to do is mount a piece of wood onto here, because otherwise my brackets scrub up against here. I can't have it like this, come back in and come close to me, because it will be in the wrong way. This side's going to be a little different because it's already flat facing coming out, but I will need a certain amount of relief to get the piece working as well. So for it to spin and not scrub up against the wall, I will have to build up that piece of wood. Now what I need to do is figure out how big of a top that we want for this so that it will be adequate.
We have a TV tray down there if you want to.
Actually, that's probably a good top right there, really.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Okay, so I think we have the engineering figured out. What we're going to do is we're going to take these oak boards and we're going to cut them down to 18 inches. And we are going to sandwich 3 of them on this side to bring us out. We're going to actually tap into the seat belt metal bracket in there with a self-tapping sheet metal screw. This side we're going to go ahead and just screw it directly to the wall. These will be painted. We used oak because of the strength, and then we're going to do a little bit of decorative stuff on top so it all matches what's already here. So let's go ahead and get these cut and get these primed so that they can be painted. Now that we have primed the outer edges of our board, we're going to start building this up. So the goal is, I put a little spacer here on the bottom. I'm going to set this on, measuring in to make sure that I'm lining up on the inside with the metal frame here. I'm going to put another piece in, stick a couple drywall screws just to sandwich this in. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a couple pilot holes, because I have to come in on a little bit of an angle because of the way the couch is in the way. I'm going to attempt to put the self-tapping sheet metal screw through, and I want to make sure how much room I actually have when I get in there. Change of plans. I'm going to try and drill through it because the ends I have for the self-tapping sheet metal screws are the wrong size. Quick tip, if you drill anything that has metal shavings in it and you have a life-proof flooring or any kind of linoleum, Make sure you get up the metal flex because they will put a nice cut, scratch, deep stuff on your flooring. So just make sure you keep that area clean from those shavings. We got the holes drilled through and we're gonna put our bolts through. They're a little bit longer than what we needed, but I wanted to be sure just in case. So once we bolt this to the wall and get it good and tight, then what we're gonna do is when we put the next piece on, these won't be probably pulled completely into the wood. So we'll have to mark these with a little bit of pencil lead, press the board up against there, and then we'll probably have to hollow out the back on the next board so it's not, so it'll actually pull up even against it. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in, and I'm just gonna go over them pretty nicely with some lead. So now I have 2 marks here. What I'm going to do is drill where the mark was originally, and then I'm going to work my way around it. Ooh, trying not to take my finger off, doing it. With this final piece, I want to mark where I want them ahead of time so that I have a couple up top here and a couple down below just to hold them secure up here. And then I'm going to pre-drill those for the 3/8 inch wood buttons. So I'll have 2 up here, 2 down here. Then I'm going to put the bracket on, and I'm going to pre-drill the bracket, and the bracket's going to go through with bigger screws all the way through. I am going to install the ones on this side now, and I'm basically going to do a bunch of small screws going into this and just kind of layering it, and then some bigger screws to hold on the main bracket. Come on.
I love it. You can actually swivel. You can swivel this way. You'll be able to swivel this way. This is fantastic. Now it's ready for the tabletop that we're having custom made by Bourgeois Woodworking. So I'm so excited. And not only does it swivel and swivel this way, but you can also adjust the lever down there and lift and adjust the height as well. So this is going to be so great. So we are now going to install the tops, but let me just point out how gorgeous these tops are. So Rob Bourgeois from Bourgeois Woodworking completed these for us and custom made them for our couch and for our laptop tables, and they are absolutely beautiful. The grain in the wood and the way that they came together, they're just beautiful. I can't even say enough how excited I am about these tabletops.
All right, so as we get this table set up, what we're going to do is we're going to have Stacy sit where she's comfortable, where this would most likely come up and sit comfortable for her. And then we have to figure out, okay, as we put it away, kind of where it will go, when that will allow us to line it up to where we want to put our screw holes and secure it to the tabletop for her. Mine's going to be a little different because mine's on the different side. It's a little different setup. So first thing we're going to do is have her sit where she would be comfortable in the chair. And then we'll put the table on so that it's really more kind of centered with what she's going to want. I'm going to pre-drill these holes with a smaller drill bit than the size of screw that I'm going to use. And I've got a little piece of tape on there to keep me from going too deep. So the way that mine has to mount to the wall here, it's further over this way. So to put it on here, I want to have enough support coming over as far as I can to the middle. So if I put it near the edge, it's still not quite completely over for me. It's still workable. If I put it this way, it's not quite as sturdy, even though it gives me a little bit more room this way, but I feel more comfortable with it kind of sitting like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this arm off, flip it over, and just screw it from the top on my lap.
Yep.
Nice.
We have finished our laptop tables thanks to Bourgeois Woodworking. It looks fabulous in here. He did such a fantastic job. They fit perfectly. Everything about them is perfect and I love them.
Yes, very nice. Did a satin finish on there. Just very beautiful, very beautiful.
If you want to see more videos like this, click on the video on the screen or head on over to our channel and click on one of those playlists.
And if you found value in this video, go ahead and click that like button and also subscribe to our channel.
So, as always, doing things yourself, making beautiful things and getting the help from others around you allows you to be free. See you in the next video.
My wife is boss of my business.
For when we live in here.
I'm just hearing of this.